So I think we looked at most of this. I told you to look at this table and finish it up. I hope you did this one. Okay. Did we do question 2? I think when you had one class on trig. Okay, so we're going to start doing these concepts. So we'll be going down slowly. Slowly. Okay. So question 2. So you've seen the questions, so now we go to the whiteboard. So saying sheet 6. Question 2. The question says, in the following, one of sine, cos, and tan is given, find the other two, and you are told where x lies. The first one, we have the sine of x is equal to 3/5, and x lies in the interval pi/2, pi. Now, you guys understand that when we talked about the quadrants, we say we have the quadrant 0 to pi/2, which is 90. The other one pi/2 to pi, 180, to 3 pi/2, 270, and to 2 pi, 360. So now we're given this, that the x lies in this interval, meaning it lies in the second quadrant. Now we know that x is opposed over, sine is opposed over hypotenuse. Whenever you think of opposite of hypotenuse, you're talking of a triangle. So we have a triangle now. Remember, the triangle must always be attached to the x-axis. So this is 90 there, and then your x here. Now, since this is sine, we have opposed, which is 3, over hypotenuse, which is 5. This 3 you are seeing here is actually supposed to be written here because it's a distance in the y-axis. But you're writing it there so that we're able to see it properly, that it's the opposite to the angle. Now you need to find the missing side. How do you find the missing side? You use the what? Use the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, which says hypotenuse squared is equal to adjacent squared plus opposite squared. So hypotenuse is 5, adjacent we don't know, plus opposite is 3. So for us to know adjacent, we have 25 minus 9, which is 16. So we need to square root the a, so we have a is equal to plus or minus 4. Now between plus or minus 4, which value do we get? Now take note that the value you are getting is on the left of the y-axis. And any number this side of the x-axis is negative. So we pick the negative 4 as our adjacent. Now, since we are given sine, the question says you must find those that are not given. So we need to find cos. Cos x is adjacent over hypotenuse. And x is 3 over -4, which is opposite over hypotenuse. Any questions there? Okay.
So I have
Hello.
a question. So I have a question.
Please ask.
What about the ranges we've been given in the? I'm saying the ranges that we've been given, which is pi over 2 and pi. When do those come in?
These are the ones that have told us that the
When
triangle
do
should
those
be.
work?
You see that? So the triangles have told us where to put the triangle. So without that interval,
I'm kind of lost on the same.
hello?
Hello?
So I'm saying that interval is telling us where to put the triangle. Because we could have put the triangle here, we could have put the triangle here, or the triangle there. But then we can't just place it anywhere because
Oh,
we are
so what you
told.
mean it's in between?
Yes, so it must be between 90 and 180, which is the second quadrant.
Quadrant. Thank you, sir.
So this is the first quadrant, right? Then the second, the third,
Yes.
and the fourth. Okay. So now another one is here. Let's put the triangle negative. So we have 0, -pi over 2, -pi, -3 pi over 2, and -2 pi. So negative is clockwise. Positive is anti-clockwise. Okay. So we are told from 0 from -pi over 2 to 0, meaning from here to there. So it's there. It's the fourth quadrant. That's why I should put the triangle. Now we're saying the triangle must always have the adjacent and the x-axis. So this is x. So cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. So now we have 3 squared minus 1. 3 squared is 9. Minus 1 we get 8. So this is going to be root 8. Is it positive or negative? Negative. Why negative? Because it's below the x-axis, and that is the y-value. You see? Now we must get sine. What is sine x? Sine x is opposite, which is minus root 8 over hypotenuse. What is tan? Tan x is opposite over adjacent, which is here. Okay. So I want to bring similar questions to these ones. I'm going to skip question 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going all the way up question 16 first. So question 16, it's saying prove that a sine cos inverse of x over 5 is equal to the root of 0.5 minus x squared over 5. Like that. So again, we pick this. This is an angle because it's inside. So let that angle be theta. So if you have theta is equal to cos inverse, the same thing as you have cos inverse. I mean, you have cos theta is equal to the angle inside. Okay. That means that we can put a triangle anywhere now this time around. We just need a triangle. And let's put x there. I mean, let's put theta here, not x. So it is theta. Okay. Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. So from the Pythagoras theorem, we say to find the opposite, we need to get the opposite squared. We need to get hypotenuse squared minus adjacent squared. We mean that opposite is going to be with square root. So square root in 5 squared is 25 minus x squared. So this is 25 minus x squared. So now we go back and say, oh, we say this whole thing is theta, right? It means that we can now write a sine theta equal to sine theta is opposite, which is root 25 minus x squared over hypotenuse. Okay. B tan of sine inverse of x over 2. Now this one will just say let's evaluate. What value do we get? What value do we get? So again, we let theta. We let theta be sine inverse of x over 2. And then we write and theta is x over 2. And then draw a triangle. Theta. And then since you have called this whole thing here to be theta, so it is one that is sitting here. So we can find tan of that thing. right? After I filled in the triangle. So the triangle is x over 2. So if it's x over 2, I mean the triangle is, sorry, that's sine. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So meaning that this side is going to be 2 squared, which is 4, minus x squared. So tan theta should be opposite, which is x, over adjacent, which is 4 minus x squared. Okay. Let's move. We now got question 15. Question 15 is saying evaluate sine of cos inverse of 1 over 2. Of course, you are given the intervals of cos inverse. Cos inverse lies in between 0 to pi. Sine inverse between negative 90 to 90. So cos inverse lies in between 0 to pi. And when you see sine inverse, you know that it lies in between negative pi over 2, pi over 2. So again, we let x be cos inverse of 1 over 2. And then you write this as cos x is equal to 1 over 2. From there, if you want, you can form the triangle, but then let's try this. I want to see what will come out. X cos is 1 over 2, meaning that the other side you're going to have root 3. Okay, so this means that we're going to have sine x coming out to be I've misplaced this. Of course, it's supposed to be 1 here. So it means that root 3 will be here. So this is going to give us sine x to be root 3 over 2. Okay. Let me give you another one. Cos sine inverse. Also of half. Yeah. Again, let x is sine inverse. This means you have sine x is equal to 1 over 2. So the triangle cosine 1 over 2 for this side. Then it becomes root 3 now. And then we want cos x, which is going to be root 3 over 2. Any questions? Let me give you another one. So we go to question 14 now. Question 14. A, we have sine inverse of root 3 over 2. So we just need to find the angle now. So again, if we let x be sine inverse of root 3 over 2, we are talking about sine x being equal to root 3 over 2. You know what that happens? What will be x? X is equal to 60. And this one demands that the answer must be in radians. So we convert to radians, we say pi over 180. So we have pi over 3. Question A, 2 over root 3. It's always either opposite or adjacent to what there is. Okay, so the other questions that are remaining are all based on the identities. And in the morning, wake up to do identities. Maybe I don't miss. Everything question 3 identities, 4 identities, 5 identities, 6 identities, 7 identities, 8 identities, 9, and 10 level to sketch, and 13. All right. So in the morning session, we'll cover quite a good number of these questions. And again, in the afternoon, we'll do the sketches. If you decide to miss, the time you decide to attend, you'll find that the church is done. So go through the way we have done now. And sleep early. Even if you sleep at 0, that's not we have the plans. consent. You said the black man. It's it. Okay. 5. Fantastic. Okay. Thank you. All right. We need to the money.